What's up, everybody? It's your favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the two Marvel Legends characters I'll be getting from this Infinity War Wave 1, which is King Cobra and Songbird. A villainous pair, you might say, but they're actually pretty well done, both of them. I do want to give a shout out to Frank, who picked these up for me, and he only charged me 20 bucks a figure, so either he got them on deal and he gave me the old shim sham leg of lamb, or more than likely, he just shaved a couple bucks off for me, and that was kind of him, and I paid it forward, and I gave the Build-A-Figure pieces to Frosted Flakes, aka M-Mace, at New Jersey Collectors Con this past weekend. So, people helping people. Shout out to Barbara Streisand. Let's get started. So here she is, and she comes with this accessory, which is just I guess the sonic attack kind of effect, which is well enough done. Looks like a possible Phoenix thing. I can't remember all those pieces, but you know, cool enough. It'll take up a lot of space, but it's fine. It's a translucent, but it is layered. So it's a little thicker here in the middle, and then it gets a little bit more translucent out towards the edges, which is nice enough. Pegs into her back right there. Let's get that out of the way. So I'll be honest, I don't know a whole lot about this character. I know she's a bad guy. She was with the Masters of Evil, I believe, at some point. And she was when the Thunderbolts were bad, she was kind of with them as well, if memory serves. It doesn't always, so let's talk about her. The head sculpt is cool. I do want to say, all right, so let's talk about everything that's just objective here. It's painted clean. Eyes are painted well. The eyeliner both at the top and bottom, which I prefer. There was a while when they were only doing it at the top. Now they're doing it around the corner of the eye and back around, which I prefer. The lips are painted clean. There is a little bit of an expression and attitude, so that's cool. Eyes are painted clean. Eyebrows are painted clean. The hair is all sculpted and painted clean, with the exception of a few strands where it meets at points where it gets outside the lines. And that is a bummer because otherwise it's really, you know, kind of flawless. Now, subjectively, my warning is a lot of these faces are starting to look very similar, and I understand that that is a problem when it comes to like comic book characters because a lot of their faces look similar, you know, in general. This one does have a little bit more kind of flair to it, I feel, but it's just something I want to kind of point out. We have this floating piece here, which is her shoulder armor, which is done nice enough. It's like a cheaper plastic. I of course would have preferred it been sculpted onto the figure, but you know, got to make money, right? And then it has the little pink piece painted there, well enough. Head is on a ball hinge. Gets you down to there, but because of the hair, it's kind of obnoxious to work around up to there. And then the swivel, the hair once again posing the biggest problem. We have disc hinge shoulders. They get you up to here, maybe a little bit more if you push it, and around, so no problems there. The only problem is when you do this, it's gonna kind of, you know what I mean, do that to the armor, which is a little lame, but what are you gonna do? No bicep swivel. You do get it at the elbow at a single hinge, and then the hands are all both posing hands, which are nice because she doesn't come with any accessories or weapons, which also makes sense. And they don't give her a holding hand, which sometimes they do, and I prefer when they do stuff like this. So I dig that. And then we have this gauntlet here, which is sculpted, but it's painted really dodgy, at least where the gold meets the blue. So I don't know if you guys have the same issue, but it might be a widespread problem. You never know. And then we have hinged wrist, so she can give you a little high, you know what I mean? Or if she's, you know, she's feeling a beat, and then the swivel. Same for the other side. And then we have her belt, which is another floating piece. Once again, I would prefer it be sculpted, but what are you going to do? And then we have her design here in the chest, which is done exceptionally well. Very clean, very sharp. She has a ball joint inside. The paint continues up. She gets back to there. Forward, not so much, and a swivel, so I think that's fine. It's, like I think that is extremely well executed, that section. T-jointed ball joints for hips that are once again limited. I'm not sure why we're not cutting that joint up higher, like the ridge, so to speak, where the ball peg would fit in, and then you could manipulate the legs out further. I don't get that. And then you get forward, no problem. Back, no problem. So that's well done. Thigh swivel. Her suit is very tight. You can see her belly button. Thigh swivel, no issues there. And then we have the paint in this area, which for the most part is also really well done. So we have white plastic down here with the blue parts painted on. That looks good. And then we have what looks to me like, I guess this is white plastic as well. And then the blue is painted on, and it's painted very clean. And they did it the same on both pieces, so it all matches up very well. Very well. And then this is blue plastic with the white painted on, but it's like, it's flawless. Flawless in the match. I got a little smudge there. That's definitely a independent results will vary kind of thing. Double jointed knee, no problems there. Ankle tilt up, not so much. Down, no problem. And rocker at the swivel. So yeah, this is overall a really well done figure. Couple little paint issues that are probably dependent upon the piece that you buy, and then the shoulder, the floating pieces of plastic are a little dumb. But outside of that, really well done. And then we have King Cobra. And this is a really interesting character, and I think they're going to definitely give us all of the Serpent Society, which is nice. He does have this cape, which is kind of an accessory. It's a nice metallic purple, and it almost seems like it has a wash on it, but I think that's just the lights playing tricks on me. I think it's just the way the metallic purple kind of looks, but it's still good looking. Much like this figure, honestly. The head is on a ball hinge, so we get down to here, up to there. It's toleranced extremely well, which I always find a little surprising. Most of the time I feel like Marvel Legends and not Hot Toys, Black Series are like, you know, it's like the joints are like, you know, more like this here, where you gotta like really work her. But the head here works very well. Sculpted extremely well. It's the face color is painted on, the teeth is painted, and the eyes, nose, eyelids are all painted, and it's all done well. We have the hood, which is a metallic green, and then we have the yellow painted inside the hood, which is also nice. I'm not sure if the hood is glued on or pegged in, but it doesn't want to come off of mine, and it doesn't need to because the articulation still works well with the hood on, which is impressive and well done. And then we have the suit, which does look good for the most part, but we do have this metallic green painted at the top, and since it's not sculpted on, it does look like his body just changes colors, which is not one of my favorite things that Marvel Legends does. When they sculpt a little collar or something, it just plays itself a bit better. The symbol is done well. It's a little muted because of how kind of this like satiny look of the purple. So the black is kind of hard to see, but it is there, and it is done pretty well. It gets a little crazy over in this corner a little bit, but for the most part, it's done very well. You have an ab crunch. One click forward, the purple, no issues there. One click back, the black doesn't continue up, so that's a bummer. We have ball hinge shoulders. You have this metallic green, which does look good. Like, this figure presents very well because of all the different finishes and stuff. Ball hinge shoulders, it gets you out to there, down, we've seen this before, around. It feels like a ratchet, but it's not. It's just a piece of plastic, like it's not a clean pin, like a peg, so it's just clicking against the other pieces of plastic inside. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbow. We have these gauntlets, they're removable, like, you know, you could say you'd pop the hands off and take those off if you wanted, but they are, the forearms are sculpted differently underneath so that it will fit in there nice and snug, which is appreciated. The hands swivel and hinge in out, and he has like the unlimited power hands a little bit, so that's cool. The silver actually for the gauntlets and the floating piece for the belt are the least interesting looking aspects of the figure. Let's continue on. Waist swivel. T-jointed ball joints for hips that are, once again, a little bit limited, but not too much here. Forward, you get a good range there. Back, not so much because of the butt cheeks. And then we have thigh swivel, double jointed knee, no problems there. We got a boot cut if that's your thing. It doesn't bother me anymore because they're able to do more options, so it's an acceptable situation. Then we have the ankle tilt down, up, and rocker at the swivel. So all of that works, and the boots are done in the same, well, the calf part is done in the same sort of satiny looking paint, and then it has the black plastic come down and then into the black plastic shoe, so it looks pretty clean and flawless. Like, this is a really, like, unfortunately, it's the floating pieces that are the least interesting things about it, but for the most part, I mean, this is a really well done figure, I think. I mean, it's not mind-blowing, but it's just nuts and bolts with a little bit of flair, and it works really well. Final thoughts-wise, I think they're both pretty well done. The issues for me, the floating plastic on her and a little bit of paint in the hair gets out of hand. For him, The gauntlets and belt don't display as well as the rest of the figure, and that's really it. They're obscure characters that are getting pretty decent representations at a $20-ish price point, and I can't be mad at that. Look at all of the different effects that they use in order to make this figure specifically, this King Cobra, look interesting without having to paint it. It's really clever and it's really cost effective, and it ends up making a really well presenting figure. Articulation is what you would come to expect from Marvel Legends, but the display presence on both of these is pretty inspiring. I really think that Marvel Legends have taken off over the last year and surpassed the Black Series, becoming the product that Hasbro is producing at the highest quality per price point. So kudos to them. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. I'm kidding. I think Hasbro makes great toys for the most part overall. It's just their Transformers that I think suck. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.